How you doing? Sit at Berkshire Hathaway. That's Warren Buffett company. That's his firm, Berkshire Hathaway. I don't know the specifics of what their firm specializes in. I don't know the specialties of their firm, but I know it's Warren Buffett firm, and it's all that matters. That says a lot. You know, even Jay-Z called himself the Black Warren Buffett, right? And I remember reading a magazine where they went out to lunch. They went out for lunch. Jay-Z and Warren Buffett went out for lunch. That's a power move. It shows you what level Jay-Z's on now. You got all these rappers in the game, right? Listen to me. Listen to me. You got all these rappers in the game. And people be like, I can't get jiggy with Jay-Z. I can't get jiggy. I used to hear it all the time. I can't vibe with Jay-Z. You know? How many rappers you think Warren Buffett is gonna actually go out to lunch with, to have lunch with? He ain't just going out to have lunch with Jay-Z because Jay-Z is a well-known artist. There's more to it than that. More to it than that. I was telling a guy the other day, a little youngster the other day, like if you listen to Jay-Z, he's gonna give you all the knowledge you need. All you gotta do is listen to him. All you gotta do is listen to him. I don't care if you don't like the beat. I don't care if you just can't get jiggy with the up north flow or whatever. You got to. But I understand it's cultural too now, so the culture is different. And Southern rap is more crunk, naturally. But I'm not crunk naturally. People have to crank me up. And they do that on a daily basis. They don't mind doing that. They tend to do that on a daily basis. Hence, my walk. This is why I'm on my walk. But I gotta turn around and go right back to the house because the energy, the vibe I'm getting from Mother Elaine is, I just cannot. I stay there until she go. I don't go nowhere. I'm in the house all day. I'm a 36-year-old man whose mother told him, you cannot leave the house. Time, yeah, you're right. Time to go. But I can't really go because I have responsibility. I have a duty to my mother. Regardless if anybody understands it or not. Now, the purpose of this video is to inform everyone who watches my videos of why it would behoove them to venture outside of the norm and be diverse. Let's see. Get your tree on. Anyway, I ain't worried about that. And so messing up my videos. I'll be glad when I get some good equipment where I can make videos without using my phone. But right now, it's a struggle. This is what I got. This is all I got. You know? And so, if you're not diverse, you're not culturally diverse, how will you learn? Not saying you can't learn. You can gain a lot of knowledge. Without being culturally diverse. But there will still be more, there will still be limitations placed upon you. Throughout life, you know, even when you're free, you're going to be chained down in some aspect of your life. It's just the way it is. Whether it be chained down by family, you have obligations. That's what they call it. You're going to have an obligation here and there. That's a chain. The responsibility, that's a chain. That goes on your whole life. If it's going to be like that, then you might as well be diverse. Venture outside your culture. Date someone outside your culture. You know, just get away sometimes. Find something different, you know? And enjoy life. It's just like when that lady said, people are stuck on a Democratic plantation. Yeah, because if I was to run for office right now as a politician, I would be expected, and this is a safe assumption. It's not a bold assumption, it's a safe assumption. That I would be expected, that people would expect me to automatically link with the Democratic Party. Why? Because of where I come from. You know, the community I come from. However, if I was to think like that, then I would place limitations on myself, as if there aren't enough limitations on me already. Does that make sense to anyone? If you are to think that just because you were birthed of a certain community, grew up in a certain community, that you cannot travel outside the bounds of that community and seek what else is out there and live happily, then you place a severe limitation on yourself. You see what we go through already? See, I'm making a video. Watch. Anyway, you see what we go through already? How you grow up and all you see is people show you videos and all they want to talk about is like race wars. Well, not race wars, but the riots, you know, the how the black community was done in the early to mid 1900s and before then. And what it would do, it would tend to shape your mind. And now you have someone who has a seed within their mind. Children in particular. have a seed within their mind. And it only grows when they're growing up into this community and all they hear is, man, white folks don't care about, you know, they nasty, this and this and that and that. They're going to try to take you up, This is a new day. This is a new era. You understand? Why are we teaching the younger generation? I'm speaking as a whole. As a whole. You know what I'm saying? Not saying all of us are doing it, but as a whole, the majority, why? Not necessarily the majority, but why? In the community, why teach the younger generation that? When that's not really what it is. It all pertains to the situation. It all pertains to the situation. Example. You hear somebody say, you hear somebody talk about how racist and dirty and nasty their probation officer might be, right? How their probation officer locked them up. So they're nasty and they're racist. I had a probation officer, Statesboro, Mr. Rob Alford. He gave me a million chances. The only time he was gonna nail me was in the beginning. And I won in court when I went to court with a white judge. And a white attorney. And Barkley Black was a white prosecutor. He was a white prosecutor at the time. And the whole group was white. And Judge Turner, the facts, I received some days based on my actions, how I was acting, you know, how I acted out. That's the reason I received the days. But as far as what was being hurled at me, or the lie that was being perpetrated, or the image that was being perpetrated of me, Judge Turner didn't go for that. You know, Judge Turner didn't go for that. And one thing I learned is you always gotta listen. You gotta listen to everything that's being said. Because I remember I was sitting beside Miss Purse, Robert Purse, turned out FM, and the guy on the stand, he was lying, man. And I was like, man, I said he's lying. I kept whispering, I said he's lying. And Miss Purse, he wasn't saying anything to me. And the dude kept going. I said, he's lying. You telling a lie, man? You know. And Miss Purse said, hush, I'm trying to listen. You know what I'm saying? And so I hush, you know. I just let him listen, you know, because that's the way you can you're going to be able to, like, effectively I ain't gonna say cross-examine, but be more effective on defense, you know. Because when Mr. Per se cross-examined the guy, he did do it. He stung him, you know. He stung him, and I spoke for myself. It wasn't professionally, but I spoke up for myself. But it wasn't ignorantly either. It wasn't. I wasn't ignorant with my words. I put it like that. I show respect. But the one thing I will always remember about that situation, which goes back to when me saying I had to apologize because the woman had my back, is the one girl Well, my son's mother, she was in there. But the one girl who witnessed everything that happened that day. And I put her down as a witness. Because I said, these folks gonna try to rail me. These folks gonna go there and tell a lie, they gonna try. But that wasn't the case. If you can present your case in an effective manner, and show respect, the judge may sway your way. That's all it takes. You can't be on the fuck the law, these crackers ain't shit. You can't be on that type of shit, man. You can't. Because if you be on that, and then you got to go in front of them, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna show you who got the power. Especially in the courtroom. Which goes back to when I said, when people were talking about the system, I said, well, you gotta become the system. You know what I'm saying? When I made that petition to reform the child support laws, nobody signed that motherfucker. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Nobody signed it. No one, not one other man signed that petition. Yet people out here crying about child support, and my neck was on the line. I'm the one that filed the petition. I'm the one that came up with the petition. I'm the one that was gonna go at it. I'm the one that was gonna have my face out there. But yeah, people cry about child support. Men cry, say getting done wrong. You gotta reform the law. So guess what? They mocked me then, right? But look at me now. Appearance starting to change, right? As I strive to enter the legal industry and do enter the political arena, into the legal industry, and do what I can do. But don't just automatically assume just because a man is in there that he's gonna let the opinion of those that wouldn't fight for themselves and wouldn't fight with him cause him to sway a certain way. That's the power of standing by yourself, standing alone, even when you're really not alone, but that's the power of standing alone. That's what you learn. And that's what you need. That's what a person needs. You need to be forced to stand by himself. Even when he's not by himself, he needs everyone to turn it back on. And he'd be forced to, you know, tough it out, think it out, and realize who that for and who ain't. So when he reaches another level, then he'll know that the game, that I don't want to say game, but I'm going to say that the game is played differently. You do what's best for your family. You go amongst an elite group of people. An elite group of people of very high integrity. Meaning some things you just gotta leave behind, or else they're gonna leave you behind, and you don't want to get left behind. I'm talking to the ones going through the same thing I'm going through now. And I'm talking to myself with that message, with that statement. Because I'm not gonna get left behind. I'm moving in the right direction. Regardless of what anyone says. Now I'm back to the girl that had my back. It goes back to earlier when I had to apologize for the statement I made. I said I was slightly wrong. I just thought about it. Even then, I just knew she wasn't going to come to court. I knew she wasn't going to come to court. So I said, but the feeling had already came upon me that I was going off the judge. Judge Turner's like the way his emotions, his reactions. I was going off that, and I already knew like I wasn't gonna be gone. He wasn't gonna send me off like prosecution had wanted. Really, it was a learning situation. You gotta learn how to act, self-control, and but she came though. She came, man. I'll never forget that. You know, I thought it was over with until they called her name and she walked in there and had my back, man. She on that stand and had my back, man. You know what I'm saying? I never forget that. Cause it ain't too many women that do that, but there are some. There are many that will, but it's not a lot. You know? A substantial amount, a more substantial amount will not do that, but there are some that will. You know, and she one of them. That girl had my back, man. You know, I don't call her name, but she had my back. You know, and she made the whole courtroom laugh. You know, when she was judge asked her like he asked her a question, and she stood up and she kind of she acted it out. I mean, she showed him like the action that was performed, right? And what the guy had said, but you know, to prove that I was in the wrong. And when she did it, the whole courtroom burst out in laughter. I said, "Thank you, God." Thank you, God. Because if there was any stress and tension in that courtroom at that time, it was the woman. She was a young lady, but it was female. It's a woman that relieved the whole courtroom of all that pressure, tension, and stress. It was the woman. You know what I'm saying? And a young lady at that. I guess that's the message. Peace.